All right, my friends, we're back to give the Edge of Eternities Collector Box Arena Direct Sealed one more go. And as is typical fashion, I play a couple of these. Sometimes they do good, and we've done okay in a couple that we have done, and then we don't do so well. And I decide, you know what? Let's take a break. We're gonna back away from this. And I usually do one, maybe two, off recording, just a little bit more casually, editing some videos, whatever the case. I have a video up and end up jumping in, and we were successful. We did end up securing an Edge of Eternities collector booster box in the last go around. So I am going to give this another shot here while we have a little bit of time left and see, can we get booster box number 2? Let's get into it here. Huge variance, but I will tell you the last deck was, here's the crazy thing. It didn't have anything crazy in it. It wasn't like the craziest thing ever. This is very good. If we don't go green-red, we're doing something wrong. Aurora Borid, Biotech Specialist, and Nova Hellkite are three of probably the best. If we wanted to really go crazy here, Splash and White, Double Strike Vigilance, and spells you cast have affinity for artifacts. The problem I have with this card is it's just probably too late in many instances to be impactful unless you've already built up. Now, if we have like a weapons manufacturing with this or something, it'd be pretty sweet. Heartlight Containment is cool. Blinkmoth or Inkmoth Nexus here, also pretty cool. Onslaught, we did really good in terms of mythics. Look at that, we got 3. Entropic Battlecruiser, this is neat, it's cool. This isn't the worst spacecraft in my opinion, but it does take some kind of getting to go. But once you get this thing online and then make people start discarding cards, it's pretty bad. Feels bad. All right, let's take a look at what we got here. Let's see. White, I do like Heartlight Containment. Pilot is fine. Banishing Light, Expansionist, decent. Double Radiant Strike. White's looking actually pretty decent. Affinity for artifacts. Would we be able to make use of that? No, not really. There's very few artifacts here in white. Take a look at blue. Relic and Double Divert Disaster, pretty good. Shield Mate, yeah, these are all fine. Double Mechan, decent, and a Whale. Okay. Maybe not as interactive as you would hope. I guess Double Divert Disaster is fine. Take a look at black here. Embrace, Hullcarver, Mono Sentry. So if we were doing the spacecraft type thing, Mono Sentry is fantastic for that. 4/1 Defender, so can end up killing something pretty big. Feels bad to use a removal spell on this. And can really kind of help to stabilize the board, but also great for stationing. Depressurize him. I like all of that. If we could do the sacrifice thing, Lightless Evangel is really good, but unfortunately, we don't have a lot of that. I do have a Grav Kill, and so the last time I did this, when I played it, and I got the booster box, not during recording, I went red-green with a small splash of black. I picked up like 2 removal spells, and I think it was honestly Depressurize and a Grav Kill, because we were a little light on removal, so we can look to do that here. Let's see what we got in red. We're hoping this is pretty good. Drill Too Deep, Invasive Maneuvers is totally fine. Frontline War Rager is okay. Landseeker, like Team Leader's good. Plunge is fine. Double Sky Warden. We have a Dragon and a Nova Hellkite. I could make this work a little light on the removal, but I guess Evasive and Orbital Plunge is totally fine. We need green to be solid here. We have a Gene Pollinator and a Resolve. That's a good start. Double Curiosity, Stinger. Yeah, I mean, we're not as top end heavy as I would like. Fungal Colossus being the biggest thing here, but being able to have double Sammy's Curiosity is fantastic. That's going to partner up really well with the Biotech Specialist. And then we do get the opportunity because of essentially Wayfarer, the Gene Pollinator, double Sammys. We got some good ways. Plus the Cav Landseeker. We got some good ways to fix if we need to splash in. We got a Tanook, which is great. The Specialist, fantastic. We could even go Survey Mech in here. This probably wouldn't be too terrible in the deck. If we splash into black, we can actually run the Siege of Brood Tenders, which is kind of interesting. Oh, and that's the end of it. Nothing else from here. So honestly, that's what I'm thinking. We could also look at splashing blue and doing the biomechan engineer, but I do think black is going to be better for us. So let's take a look at what that looks like. If we did blue, we could do this, but I don't think we're going to be playing a ton of... What do you call it? I don't think we're going to be playing a ton of artifacts here. We could consider drill too deep, but I think here we're just looking at black for the other good kill spells. Maybe the card draw spell. And I think this is going to be where we're somewhere close to what this looks like at the moment. And let's see what this looks like here. Definitely a lot of interaction type things, so we could pull a few things from here, maybe not play the Shattered Wings, although this is okay when you consider some of the enchantments, specifically in white. Being able to get rid of a Banishing Light is pretty good. At sorcery speed, not as ideal, but we have a nice curve of creatures here, plenty of good drops on 2. Fixing here will be a little bit tough, so we probably want to reduce our black splash. I need to take a look in strong consideration. Is Siege Ship Broodtender good enough? For 2 mana, it's a 2/3 on rate, which is pretty good. We're milling 3, which is fine. We want to be able to do that. We can pay 5 to sack, return creature or spacecraft from graveyard to the battlefield. So this gets good if we play like something like a top end here, like a Hellkite that ends up getting removed or killed. Obviously, if we mill it, the only concern I have then is if you mill and then you're not prepared quickly to be able to hit this for 5 and return that thing, it's less impactful. And I'm honestly thinking, do I need 2 drops here? Maybe not. Maybe we play 1. Maybe 1 will feel pretty decent. But I do want to consider keeping the splash in black here pretty lean. So, okay, let me make a few cuts. Let me take a look at a handful of things, and here we go. We'll be right back. Okay, honestly, I think this is where we're gonna land. 15 creatures, 8 non-creatures, 5 pretty good removal spells. We got the fight here with the Melt Strider's Resolve, Depressurized Maneuvers, a Grav Kill, and an Orbital Plunge. Gonna run both Sammy's Curiosities here and the Hymn to just really help us ramp and make sure that we can hit our land drops there. Plus, we can make really good use of the landers here with Biotech Specialist. So this is kind of a little bit of a mini combo there, where if we can get a couple of landers out and then play this and then crack those things, we're just dealing damage to face. Chinook will also help us with that. So that is pretty nice. I am going to play 1 of the Broodtender, just a good 2-drop. And again, late into the game, if something gets milled or killed, Nebula Dragon, Fungal Colossus, whatever the case may be, we actually have some good opportunities to pull that back and make some things happen with that. We have the Gene Pollinator to help us to fix. And again, we're making landers here, making lander here. We are making a lander here. Or Aurora Boread. This gets down, gets plussed up. We'll be in great shape to be able to do that. We got the Skywarden, Nova Hellkite. We got a nice, pretty good top end here. Nova Hellkite being one of the main ways for us to push in some damage and get some things done. So let's give this red-green with a splash of black a chance and see if we can win some games, get some gems, or maybe get ourselves a collector box. All right. Pollinator into Trepid is pretty good. I can't be too mad with this hand. That'll fix us for black as well. Okay, got Plunge up. Cryo Shattering the Intrepid. I'm almost wondering if I attack with this, let it die, and then him. I don't need the land. Sure. Now that wasn't the most best of draws, but they haven't really done anything, so I'll make a lander. I really don't even need to crack the landers yet. We can wait for some synergies with Tanuk or the specialist. I think I maneuvers this, right? I don't want them to be able to tap it. Okay, got a good follow-up here with Orbital Plunge. So if their play is just creature to the battlefield or nothing? I mean, what am I getting set up here for? I'm gonna end. I honestly, I'm not gonna play the Wayfarer. Like, you gotta have something for 6 mana. I'm perfectly content punching you in the face for 4 mana every turn. Wow. Okay, listen. In these types of events, I am never going to be upset with what essentially was a free game. I have no idea what our opponent there was doing. Maybe they were 5-color soup and just had all the wrong cards in their hand. I don't know. But nice little curve interaction. I actually thought the play on the him was pretty decent. Pretty decent. I'm going to mulligan this. Just because I want, if we had a green here, we're probably keeping, because Wayfarer could get us up and running. But I just don't think we'd have a few turns to draw into green, but I'm not going to take that chance here. And we are on the draw, so we need a little bit more of an impactful hand, I think, to get things started. This is, I would say, better, and I'm going to pitch this. Now the hope here is we get to a second green source. And find a way. We're gonna like Land Seeker. Ooh, actually Team Leader into Roar Board would be really good. We'll see if we can get that to stick. We might even run Land Seeker first. We might go like Land Seeker, Leader, Aurora Board, just in case we run into some sticky interaction. Okay with that. Now do I just jam Aurora Board? No. Let me go with my play here. This gets in 4 damage, which is very good. If they then play something to the board here, Aurora Board. If all they do is remove this, we've done our job. And if they have a second removal spell, like, it is what it is at that point. But Intrepid will still get that additional counter on it. Makes it hard to remove. There's a fly buzzing around me, and it is very annoying. Say hello to 265s. Now, assuming... Okay. I had a feeling that was probably coming. But you know what? I got some really good value off of this, and I think they're dead. Good game. Whoo! What a curve. Holy moly. Okay. 2 down. I'm okay with this. Especially if we can find a 2 or 3 mana play here with the Pollinator. We do want to try to ramp up into the dragon. Quite good. Old Carver? This fly is... Like, do I want to warp that in for the damage? Probably not, right? That doesn't make any sense. I could have, I guess. Maybe I should have. Bloom and Stinger. All right. Do I depressurize this? What I could do here is warp this in and then him. Which sounds silly, but I am going to do this. Do I want Fungal Colossus? Probably not. What does that cost me? 2 mana? 2 damage, maybe? Seems fine. Okay. Sure. I mean, I can depressurize and invasive here. We'll wait. Maybe I should have held that. Harmonizer. No thanks. Okay, and now I know to hold this. All they do is play it. Sure. Do I grav kill this? I think I do. And I feel like Memorial Team Leader comes in. Attack for 2. Again, I need to try to bait out the removal spell. But like, Harmonizer here just hitting the battlefield is gonna be in Thrumming Hive Pool. Wow. Okay. Well, let's just make all our stuff really big. Sure. And we're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. And that will become a 6/6 flyer. Sure. Wait, it was gonna hold on. It was gonna become a 9/8 flyer, and then this was gonna be an 8/8. Wait, no, I'm gonna put, hold on, yeah, 4 counters on each of these things. Oh my gosh. Whew. Okay. Gotta enjoy the wins when we can get them here. And so far, relatively smooth. Let's hope the next couple of games do the same. Here's why I am excited. We did get to 3 wins, which means we get some gems back. Hopefully we can lock up this 4th win here. That would make me feel really good. Essentially get our entry fee back plus some gems. And we can roll from there. No concerns here. Oh, hello. Let's start with this. Sure. Good warp. What I want to do... Let's get the Stinger out. There's a Thawbringer. Sure. We've got our 3 colors online here. And then I am just going to play the Intrepid. I will not block. I'll probably throw the Intrepid in front of the Thawbringer if they want to attack. They did not. Ooh, so this is interesting. I think we play an additional green here. I need to kill this pretty badly. Then I think we just pump this up. And what I think again, what I want to do here is I want to be able to play Specialist and just like very efficiently use these landers, right? And be able to deal that damage. And I need to save the Orbital Plunge. Just grab a forest here. Yep. Okay. Now, the other thing that's nice about this is Biotech Specialist doesn't look super special, right? Considering the fact that we don't have any more landers. Now I'm going to be able to get this in here. I can just Nebula Dragon, kill the Thawbringer, and this says can't be blocked by more than 1 creature, which then starts to let us get Blooming Stinger in. I don't really want them to surveil, but sure, that's totally fine with me. They're going to find it so they could play the Germinating Worm. Yep, I'll shoot that. You can surveil. I will start attacking here. Yep. And if it's like Germinating Worm or even something bigger, plunge it, then we can sack, or we can plunge and then Skywarden and sack next turn to make the Warden bigger. Got some nice lines here. And then we can start pumping Intrepid Tenderfoot too if we want. Sure, that locks that down. Decent play. We know that's coming next too. This is just a 5/5. What do they have for 3 mana? I mean, I guess they're scared of Intrepid Tenderfoot getting bigger. Sure. Am I getting set up here? Thank you for the Void trigger. Well, if that's the case now, absolutely. Definitely. Definitely. No reason not to play this. I'm about to get like God mod here. Sure. Sure. Don't worry, I will not block. It's funny, I'm almost more incentivized to orbital plunge the Stinger here, because then the combats are just better for me. But I can pump this once. And all you can prevent, I mean, you can block the 5/6. Sure. My 6/7 stays alive. And you're dead. Whoo, baby, let's go. Oh man. We dodged the Extinguisher Battleship. That lander token on my end step to trigger Void and then give me the opportunity, or whatever, near my end step, that triggered Void that then gave me the opportunity to play the hymn was so good. All right. Got some, at a minimum here, we made some Gemmy Gems. Let's see if we can close this one out. 3 more wins to go. 1 win at a time, baby. 1 win at a time. Let's go. I'm good. Sammy's right up. Got all 3 of her colors. Get the Intrepid up. In case we want to... In case they don't do much here. Turn it into a 3/3. I'm actually okay with this. Yep. Now the nice part here is Brood Tender actually could get really good. We're going to want to wait to get to 5. But I want to get that up. Yep, I'll take 2. Saboteur. I'm okay with this. Let me get Stinger up. Yep. Then I can always crack the lander for Brood Tender. And we'll see what we draw into here too. Ideally, I'd like to be able to do this at 7 lands. Have that up. Double Swamp is a little tough, but I can go grab the second one. And then we would be in good shape with the lander. So, problem here now is just we're staring at quite a few cards in hand. I just take this. I'm fine. We want to race here. Okay to do that. Gonna fight him? Sure. Yep. Seems fine. That will end the turn. Now we have kind of stuttered out here a little bit. Sure. Yep. I'm gonna crack this. We'll find a swamp. 2, 4, we're at 6 here. If they want to take this trade, that's fine. What I don't want is Brood Tender to run into a removal spell, so rather hold up so that I can play it and then crack. Grabbing something at least, although I don't have great options here. Like, Tenderfoot's actually probably one of my better options. Biotech Specialist is totally fine. In for 2. Find one of these. See if we can draw out a removal spell. I need to get him into Nova Hellkite range, preferably. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I am going to block here. Preserve our life. Let's hit something sick off of this mill. Nebula Dragon isn't great. Nova Hellkite would be the best. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do it. I could Sky Warden. Which doesn't feel great. Hitting that orbital plunge was a little tough. Comes a 5/6. The problem is I'm just too incentivized to block the Sir Von Dam. Yeah, I'm in tough space here. Gets rid of that. Doesn't give me a ton of great options. Probably losing this game. I'm gonna need like a grav kill to get rid of this and be able to melt Strider. Sure. And they get Surveil. That's pretty good. They definitely were able to just... Okay. If a grav kill here... Nook is fine-ish. I probably block with the Melt Strider. Sure. Sure. I just block here. Because if I get a lander, crack it. No. Is it better just to make this block, preserve the life? I don't know. This is tough here. They've got too much toughness. Too much on the battlefield here. Yep. Good game. Okay, well, bound to run somewhat poor. And I don't know, were we a little aggressive with our removal maybe early on? Melt Strider's Resolve probably was a little aggressive. Maybe we could have reconsidered that. You know, getting a better opportunity for the fight might have been ideal. Milling Plunge wasn't super great. Like if that's the tough part with Brood Tender sometimes is sometimes you make that mill and they're just not good things. If we mill instead, again, a Nova Hellkite, and then are able to attack, we actually like potentially find ourselves in a decent racing situation and could make some things work. Getting the Skywarden back was fine because we were able to kill the 4/4, but what we really needed there was just a good removal spell to take care of that. And again, Orbital Plunge would have been perfect for that, to be able to take this out, keep the life points where we need them to. But all right, that's the one loss we can give it. Let's see if we can run a little bit better here. Let's see if we can finish this out. This is where the stress starts to build a little bit. Yeah, I should have held the Melt Strider's Resolve. I do think that would have been more ideal. That little guy punching us for a few points of damage with the lander. Even if we kill like the Drix at that point, is fine. So here's the thing with this. We draw green. We have good removal. We have the Hellkite. I'm going to try it. Because I can him. I'm going to go here. A green, a forest here would be beautiful. Damn it. All right. I'm going to do this. Get rid of that. Okay. All right. Still in it. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. We'll take one. Fate Maker, make it a 2/2. Sure. They don't have a land. I mean, now we just rock and roll, right? Get a green. We have the mountain. By Sky Warden. Man, the Drix Fate Maker putting the 1/1 on Hull Carver was a little brutal. We have a ping target for Hellkite. I think we jam the Hellkite and then force the removal spell. Don't have a target for that. But maybe instead the answer is just this. Do we make it bigger? Sure. Now I get a little punished here if they remove, if they just play a removal spell. Oh, actually, they could Drix Fate Maker, put it on the Comet Crawler. That's not bad. Or make their Hull Carver bigger. Outstrider's Resolve, yeah. This is where I get punished here a bit. Okay. All right, now our top end's gonna carry us. It's gotta be my play. They are 3 colors. Sure. It's just nothing is... I feel like we have to grab kill this. Sure. Sure. It's the monolith. The monolith is just gonna give them just too much card advantage here. Man, and I wish I could Hellkite here, but like if they have a removal spell for this, I'm super punished. What can you do for a white and a green? Sure. Take 7. Yeah, they beautifully played by them. The monolith is just giving them way too much value. And with 4 cards in hand, this helps me survive, I guess. Doesn't help me do a whole lot else. And they can just pay this, tap this down, and I'm dead. Yep. Okay, well, that is a pretty disappointing finish. I thought we had a fantastic deck, and I don't know, we didn't even run that bad. This was just a 6-6 draw, right? Hull Carver into making it a 2-2 made my Hellkite really bad. We didn't have any pings for that, so we're not getting any 2-for-1 value there. They then resolve, killing it. Like, they just had the again, playing first, getting to the board and then basically removal. I had to him, which was the other problem, so maybe that's not the best of keeps. But we did find the green pretty quickly. We were able to Sammy's back, so like I feel like we kind of were catching up, but never caught up. And that's the main issue, I think, with this format is because things on the battlefield are so impactful, there's such good removal across all of the colors that, you know, that turn where we double spell here to kill 2 of their threats felt pretty good. That felt like my catch-up moment, right? Because my anticipation was they play the Drix, then I'm able to play like Skywarden after that. I have a bigger creature. Then if they have a removal spell, then I'm able to play Nova Hellkite. Like there's some back and forth there, where if they don't have consistency with some of their draws and some of their plays, then we could start to gain some of that advantage back. The problem is I just ran into essentially the opposite of that. They were able to continue to deal with our threats, put multiple things on the board at once, and you know, zoo into another Drix is like, I mean, what can I do there, right? It's not gross, but it's just a really good curve for them. And they had must answer cards, right? I have to answer this because them being able to even get even just a 1/1 and a 2/3 back doesn't seem like a big deal. But definitely something I need to take care of. In retrospect, I probably should have removed this. Probably would have been, you know, the better option because then, again, they're just bringing these things back. They're vanilla, but that they're still pressuring the board basically by doing nothing, right? Zoo allows them to do that by just tapping this. So I have to answer this at some point. And again, I think the biggest issue here was not being able to warp. We could have warped Hellkite in and killed this Hull Carver when it was at 1 and then punched for 4, and then this warps back out. I feel like we're in such a better shape there, but unfortunately we didn't get a chance to do that. So good game, GG's. Unfortunate 2 losses in a row to close this out, but that's how it goes. The good part, got some gems back, so we will take that. I really did think this is very similar, very, very similar to the deck that I had that actually won. Legitimately, I think in that deck I did have a Nova Hellkite. I did not have an Aurora Boread, but I did have a Biotech Specialist. And they did something very similar here, which was base green-red, which I am a big fan of. I think it's got a good top end. It's got great removal. And I did a small splash here. I think, again, we had a depressurize and a Grav kill, or maybe 2 Grav kills, I don't remember, in the deck that actually trophied and got us the box. But very similar. We had a lot of opportunity to fix our mana. Never really, except for that last game, never really were struggling too much for mana, even though we didn't have any, you know, strong fixing in our lands. The landers are great for that. Biotech Specialist has become one of my favorite rares, just for the ability to do some damage. And then we saw in a couple of games how absolutely busted Aurora Boread is, and had we been able to get this online in either of those other 2 games, certainly this could have made an impact, and we could have maybe found a way to pull those games out as well. But that's the events. That's how these things go. A lot of variance. You got to draw extremely well, and unfortunately we ran into 2 games where we were on the other end of that. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that subscribe button for me. Really do appreciate all the support on the channel. Likes and comments are great as well. Come join the Discord if you'd like to do that. Links in the description for that. We have a whole bunch of MTG Arena sealed and limited draft-esque content, so be sure to pop in on that. In addition, every Wednesday, we do box openings, pack openings. We love cracking packs here. I'm a big collector, so if you want to check those out, we have a whole big playlist. We did a bunch of Final Fantasy and one of the best boxes I've ever opened in my entire life up on the channel, so go check that out. But we have a whole bunch of Edge of Eternities, and we'll be doing that for the next couple of weeks when you're seeing this as well. So thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.